Alright, so it's time for a video I have not done in a while, introducing another video of returning back to my grand iron collection. And there's more, there's one there, there's more that are hidden away as well. Focusing on this Philips one that I purchased way back in November and been meaning to video for a while. Let's see what's so special about it and how it works. And you're watching Florence Ballard A3060 on film. So, what we have here is a lovely purple and white steam iron by the brand of Philips. They're quite common in my collection. I've got about four or five of them in my collection. Rowenta's my most popular brand though. They've always been my favourite. This is styled like the Comfort Care, the Easy, I think it's the Easy Care and the Featherlight Plus models. Speed Care as well, in this sort of clear style with the vessel here for the water and your two buttons up here with your seam control and your thermostat control here. However, you might notice that this iron is sitting on some sort of base. This iron is a cordless iron, but it can also be used as a corded iron. I have three of these types of iron in my collection. I have the JML Phoenix Gold Free Flight and a Beldray 3-in-1 Cordless 360. And this one is very similar, except it isn't a swivel base. So how this works is, if I untangle this, you'll see. The iron sits on the base, plugged in to your cord. Yes, I got this from British Heart Foundation, that's how you can tell it came from this. So it sits on this kind of cord here, on the base. This is like a docking station. On the bottom, you can see that there is a little lever here. It's got a lock and unlock position. The moment it's in the locked position, as you can see, I can't separate that. If I flick that to the unlock position, I can now undock the iron. And as you can see, I can hold this, but with no cable coming off it. The terminals here for the heating elements, I'll set at the back. And then put it on that way, put it down. What this does, it's like charging, say charging an iPod on a docking station. What you're doing here, when you dock the iron, this base here is what replaces a permanent cord going into your iron. If you look at other irons, let's say I get one of my irons from here. So let's have a look at my Rowenta iron. The cord, like pretty much every iron you'll know, is permanently attached to the iron. Fair enough, it makes easy storage because you just wrap the cord around the iron and you know, nothing else. But in use, when you're using the iron, the cord tends to sometimes get in the way. Especially, say, for me, I have my extension lead over there. So the cord is going to drag this way. Sometimes when you're ironing, the cord will pull on the garment as you're ironing. And you've just gone over a nice spot, you've gotten all the creases out. And as you pulled it over, you've then basically creased your garment again. It just sometimes just gets a bit annoying having that. And also it means that you might be quite limited on the length of your cord, because iron cables are about 1 metre to 2 metre long. If you find anything longer than that, it's someone that's probably fitted a cord that's not official to it. They're not designed for long plugs, because of course you'll be using them in a utility room or bedroom or somewhere where there's a plug nearby. What this allows you to do, it's not something I personally would say recommend to do, but you could put this on, say, a countertop, let it heat up, take it off, and then carry the iron away. Although that would mean you're carrying a hot iron with you across. There are, of course, advantages and disadvantages to this kind of design. The advantages I've just covered, with it being an ease of use, it's cord free. But the disadvantage is, because you haven't got constant power running to the iron, you tend to lose the heat and you lose the power of the steam. I have experience of that with one of the irons that I've got. The JML Phoenix Gold Free Flight is an example of that. You only get steam for that part of your ironing. So if you require a lot of powerful steam. That's why it's good to be able to use it still as a fully cabled iron, because you can still get constant power going through it, but you can take that off whenever you want. I'm hoping that this lights up, because a lot of them, the base will flash. They turn blue from what I know, and then you got the little light on the iron that tells you when the heating element's on. But it's good because not all ironing boards come with this to them as well, this end bit. I've seen quite a few that don't. So, of course, if you haven't got that, you'll be storing your iron like that. So if you don't have that, well, where are you going to keep your iron? Because it's not really safe to leave a corded iron heating like that. So it means you can just rest this on the edge, have it charging, take it off, go away, put it back on. Of course, always make sure you lock it, and then go that way with it. It's a lovely accented blue. It's called an EasySpeed Plus Cordless. So, and the specs of iron is you have a smart cleaning function. Also smart clean, yeah, smart charging. So that's what it does. You've also got 150 grams shot of steam, and it's 2,400 watt, 2.4 kilowatt heater. That's quite a common power for irons. What it means is, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting a higher temperature. A lot of irons tend to heat a sort of a desired temperature. I did find this out. What it does mean, it takes depends on how long it will take your iron to heat up. So the most powerful iron I know at the moment is the Russell Hobbs Power Steam Ultra, which is 3,100 watt. Of course, there are probably commercial ironers that probably heat up much quicker than that, so that wouldn't take long at all. Whereas I think some of them go up to like 2,000 watt. I've had ones before that are they take about over a minute to heat. This is quite good. So this model on this one is GC2086. Not got anything 50 to 60 hertz, so it can be used in America. I would think that would be quite hard to pack in a suitcase like that though. I have got on here a code 1452, so wherever that means 2014 week 52. I'm not sure how irons are date coded really, but that could be that. I think Philips tend to do that month and week. So it does look like an iron that would have been around at that time. But I do like Philips for their colour design. I've been trying to get loads of this colour for a while. I've got a red one and a blue one for it to go with, but unfortunately it can't sit on that shelf because it's got a base to it. So, enough waffling on. Let's get ironing, put this to the test. Alright, so I'm going to plug it in. I'm going to just make sure that that's turned to off. No, it's not. Me, put it on minimum. Put it on the... Right, lovely. Now that lights up blue. It's my favourite colour. I quite like mine to do this. So, blue means charging. Seems to be an iron well. Let's switch this lamp off and see that. Oh, that's very nice. Very, very nice. I think we ought to have a photo of that. Nice. Alright, so let's bring this bit closer. Right, so I've got a shirt here to iron, and I've also got a spare pillowcase. Not the most normal things to iron, like a pillowcase, but I mean, I don't ever really iron bedding. As you can probably tell if you've seen my bed, it's quite creased. That came out of the Siemens, that did. Try to see how it handled bedding in a washer dryer. It didn't do too bad, but still struggled a bit. Anyway, we'll get some water for this, and then we'll crank the temperature up. Little tip for anyone that has an iron. They do tend to recommend you use distilled water in an iron, and not regular tap water, unless you live in a soft water area, because you can get build-up of limescale. For someone like me who lives in London, I have very hard water for my area, but unfortunately I don't have any distilled water on hand, so I have to make do with bathroom tap water. But that's why I do run Kilrock through my irons, which is a good descaler. I'm probably not going to need all that water, so we'll top it up as it goes along and we'll see how we go. So, what I do, flip up here. It's not being done as a review. I'm not going to be reviewing my irons unless I buy a brand new one. I do it like Dora and Hooverlux, just overview stuff. Reviews tend to be more towards products. So I haven't switched on the heat yet. Pour into the spout, and you got, I don't know if you'll be able to see this on the side. If you look there, yes, I'm giving the middle finger there, a bit naughty. And you can see it filling up. You've got a max level at the top. I most certainly ain't going to be able to have to use that, so I'm going to fill her to about there. Close that. Now, turn my temperature dial. This is cotton, so we'll crank it up to max heat. Because it's not being done as a review, I'm just going to do it all on high heat like I'd normally do. So, you might have seen the light flicker a bit there. That's heating up all the way to max. Do I have a heating light on this? No, I don't. That is one of my first irons where I don't have a lamp to indicate where it's heating up. Well, I've got it docked safely. Oof, here comes that burning dust smell. Theoretically though, using this with the cord on would be a bit impossible because it juts out the bottom rather than the top or side. I heard it cracking for a second. I thought it was like about to go bang or something. Bit of dust on that. So, unfortunately, there is no way for me to tell if this is heated up or not. Let's turn the steam up to the highest setting. What I've got, there is a boost button on it. Right, we're obviously good to go. So I'm going to flick the bottom switch. You can notice that as I lift it off, the light goes off. Let's go. Oh, we're breathing. The dragon is alive. There we go, look at that steam. Ah, I miss doing ironing videos. I've got another iron to review, a much more cheaper one. I want to see how good it actually is. It's a Cebici one. Now, look at that. Flashes orange to tell you that the iron's on docks, but that's still live. I think that's what it means, or it just means that the iron's... It probably means there's power to it. Unfortunately, the problem is my ironing board cover is a bit... Don't judge the way I iron, by the way. I know I probably iron differently to a lot of people, but hey, this is what works for me. I always try to improve it. I find ironing very therapeutic, like ASMR to me. I can watch an hour video or someone ironing and just fall asleep to it. Especially hearing that jiggle of the water in there. So let's put some steam out, shall we? It takes a bit to get that going. What have I not got? Okay, is my steamer not working on this thing? Let's check the water jet. Bloody hell, that's tough. Ah, I might have a bit of a knackered iron. Never mind, it's still good. But I can tell that the heat of this now has died down. So I have to dot that again, lock it. Ah, you're getting the steam coming out. Now the reason you didn't get the steam coming off that when I did it, because of course when you take it off you reduce the power. But look at that thing breathing. Dragon is alive. Scary. Click. Tells you the heating element's shut off. While that's continuing to sit on there and dock. And don't worry, it won't sit on there and overcharge itself and have any fear of it blowing up or anything. It knows when to switch off because that's what the clicks of the thermostat are. Of course it uses a bimetallic strip. Undock her and we're good to go. There you go. Oh, it's a bit of scale. Hey, there we go. Whew. Well, that water jet doesn't want to work. That's very tight. Hey. Whoa. That jammed itself up. Oh, that was really dangerous what that just did. That aimed that straight at my light bulb. That light bulb could have bloody shattered there for a second. Whew, that was because that's a halogen bulb that I've got there. Wow. I have to iron over that now. It's got a bit of wetness on there. See, there's a bit of a damp spot there now where it's So it looks like it's a bit jammed, maybe the spring's jammed, but that shot water directly at my lamp. And as anyone knows, you never throw cold water over a boiling hot light bulb because the whole thing will actually explode. And I learned that as a kid in this particular room when we had a lamp in here. At the age of about 5, I thought I had some fruit shoot and I thought, oh, the lamp must be thirsty. threw fruit shoot over it. Next thing I know, shards of glass went everywhere. I didn't get hit. That was an incandescent bulb. Anyway, we need to go over this again. Let's do that again. Ah, the water spray's working now. Oh, I'm very sort of scared about it hitting that lamp, so I'm going to move it away. See, look. It sprays it in a real good mist though, I like that. Doing a bit better, but yes, as you can see now, there's no power in the steam because it's all worn off. Okay, that's good. Well, let's get the pillowcase next. We have a closer view of what we'll do for this pillowcase. See how badly creased this is. I see the mist. See, it comes like a. And then go over where you've done that. So what you'll use that for, if you guys aren't sure, or anyone that doesn't know what the spray function is, if you've got really stubborn creases, like say what I've got here, you spray the water down onto it and then glide the iron over it slowly. So let's say here we've got some creases in it. So I'll spray water there and then glide the iron gently. You might hear a bit of hissing or see that there's a lot of steam coming off. That's because I'm evaporating all the water there. The extra steam and heat is what will help get out those really tough creases. So if you've got like a work shirt or something, or like say school uniform that you're trying to iron and the creases won't come out just by regular ironing, it's really good for an iron like this where the heat doesn't stay constant. Just give it a spray and you can see how it's helped improve all that. I've still got a bit of water left in the tank. So I like that, the idea of when you leave that heating, as you can see, it lets off all the steam. Lets off a bit more steam there. I might get my thermometer. So you guys are familiar with these, especially if you part of the washing machine community. It's a infrared temperature sensor. What I'm going to do, we're going to check this iron now. So take it off the dot for a bit. I'm going to let it heat up and we'll see what the temperature is of what it reaches. And then I'll check the fabric as soon as we apply the iron to it. After that, I'll see by the time the steam stops working on that, what temperature we get to. We'll see how much a heat loss there actually is. So, let's say that's heating up now. So 175 degrees, that's pretty much sort of your average temperature for an iron. So that's clicked. Sometimes at the tip you get a higher. That's heating up now actually. Oh, there you are. So measuring of 215.2 degrees Celsius. And that's kind of what you'd expect an iron to be. Any higher do we get? Okay, so that's heated. We'll grab the thermometer here. So, we'll go over this and iron it. So you guys know I'm not cheating. Alright, let's hit that. We are measuring at 99 degrees Celsius, that's there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just keep that going. So 99 degrees Celsius there, 108. Oh, that steam is hot. And by the time that stops heating, see? So I'm showing you how that evaporates the water and gets at some of those creases there. Just to get a little bit more there. Still a tiny bit of power left in the steam there. Okay, that's finished. £59, so a loss of about 50 to 40 degrees after that's finished. That's heating again. Oh, it's just so satisfying to see that. Alright, we'll wrap that up then. Really good iron. It's probably one of the better performing docks that I've used, iron docking station. Now it does have a calcium clean function. Unfortunately I don't have a bowl to demonstrate it in, so I can't really demonstrate that at the moment because unfortunately I can't demonstrate that because I haven't got a. I can maybe do it on a towel, or what am I washing? Am I washing something tomorrow? I don't normally demonstrate. You're supposed to do it in the sink, but I'm going to be washing a towel tomorrow. I'm doing a towel wash tomorrow, so put the towel down. This is how you do the calcium clean. You let it heat up all the way, disconnect it, you flick your selector all the way this way and aim it downwards. So what that does, it lets out all the steam and water. The big boil there. That will help get rid of any sort of steam, see, there you are. That water is absolutely boiling. As I show you, 83 degrees that came to. Yes. You have to actually physically hold it on that. It won't go on its own accord. And I'll show you what sort of stuff you get out with that. Yeah. Boiling away all that water on itself now. You can see. So, I don't know if you can see this. There are some bits of white scale there. That's what unfortunately comes with the water in my area. And that's the sort of stuff that appears on the seal of washing machines. So I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration of this iron. I certainly have. It's a nice little member to the collection. I think it's going to do well. It'll sit amongst all my other ones, and then I will also be demonstrating. I'll just give you a sneak preview because I want to focus on irons as well. This looks very green on camera, it's actually blue. Ceviche 87188. It's one of these sort of like, you find them as store brand only ones. Only bought for a £5 from British Heart Foundation. I thought I'd test it out. If I don't like it, I'll sell it on. That's my overspill of irons, so I need to get a better place to store them. Hope you enjoyed that, guys, as much as I did. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.